Hey, welcome back to my channel where I am documenting my budgeting journey. In today's video, I will be budgeting my first full-time paycheck of June. I work from home as a medical billing supervisor, and in response to a request that I received in my last Budget With Me video, I will also give you all a story time on how I got into the medical billing field. So if you are interested in any of that, then keep on watching. Before I get into the paycheck breakdown, I do want to first briefly do a overview of the monthly budget for June. I follow the Conscious Spending Plan by Ramit, and it really has been a game changer for helping me put a percentage number to my budget. I'm debt free, I'm child free, and I still live at home, so my finances and my budgeting process is far from your average person. I started my budgeting journey utilizing the cash stuffing method, which we all know is inspired by Dave Ramsey, but eventually I found myself wanting something more streamlined because I found myself outside of my expenses. I was just kind of throwing my numbers at the wall and not really having a rhyme or a reason to them. And the Conscious Spending Plan has helped me reel it in and really help me get more control of my money. And it's also helping me stay out of checking my bank account every day. So I get paid twice a month. So the income, I budget based off of my lowest income of a 10-day paycheck, and that is $3,180 for the month. My expenses is split up between my fixed expenses and then some variable expenses. I do go half with my mom on the internet and the YouTube TV, and I split my bills down the middle for both paychecks of the month to make it easier for me, since I utilize my credit card to pay for most of my bills. My savings, this is my short to mid-term savings. I did go ahead and put my emergency fund in the section 2. That was a separate section that is unexpected, and I will leave a link to Ramit Sethi's video that breaks down this information. He does have where you add on, I believe it's 15% to your expenses, which is considered anything that's unexpected. But I decided to just go ahead and put that into the savings category because it's just that one sinking fund, so to speak. And then after that, it's my guilt-free spending. I added some more lines for my blessings and giving, which is my tithes and offering, then my fund money, and then I typically have some money left over for my savings challenges, but I don't know that until I do my paycheck breakdown. So that is the overview. Again, the link will be in the description box if you are interested in getting more information on the Conscious Spending Plan. The guilt-free spending has been a game changer for me as well. All right, let's go ahead and get into the paycheck breakdown. I do have notes over here to the side so that I don't ramble on too much. So my income for this paycheck, which I just put 9 to 5, my full-time paycheck is $1,000. I just realized I printed out the wrong, I normally don't have the actual here, but we're just gonna go with it, okay? So $1,765, and I don't tack on any of the change until I close out the budget for the month. All right, so I have been in the medical billing and coding field for 13 years now, y'all. It's crazy. And listen, this has been a journey because I had no idea what I wanted to do after I graduated high school. I graduated in 2004. I did graduate early, so don't be trying to put 2 and 2 together to figure out my age, okay? I did know that I wanted to do something in the medical field, so I went to my local community college, y'all, to sort of figure that out. This is supposed to be 40. I did randomly get a job at Radio Shack for a little bit, but that was not it for me. I'm very much so an introvert. Y'all remember Radio Shack? But it was commission based and it was very sales driven, and I did not know that. I really just wanted a job to get some money, and I told him that in the interview. I'm like, look, I'm just here for the money. And but yeah, I wasn't there for long. So anyway, fast forward to 2007. Yes, y'all, I was taking my sweet time. with school because, again, I didn't really know what I wanted to do. So I took my time. I got a job as a patient service rep, and it was through that job that I found out about medical billing and coding. There was one day my boss had asked me to help her with some month-end stuff, and that's when I got my first taste of that side of the job. It was like instantly, I knew that that's what I wanted to pursue. Because baby, I was over the face-to-face encounters with the patients. Listen, so as soon as I could, I enrolled in the physicians-based medical billing and coding certification program at another community college. So I transferred, all my credits over to the community college that had this program. And y'all, tell me why. It might have been the same year. So it's been 2 years now that I've been working this job. And it wasn't until about 08, 09 is when I found out about the billing side of the job. Tell me why I got fired from that job. Like maybe a few months after I made this decision. And listen, God is good and his plan is going to be his plan. But I got fired because, again, like I said, I was tired of the patient face-to-face contact, them calling me everything but a child of God, complaining about their bill, their copay, this, that, and the third. And I ended up cutting one of those patients out. Let me calculate this. I was not proud of it at all, but that's what happened. So I get fired, and I don't remember the specific month of when I got fired and then the specific month when I got this new job, but I did get a new job in 2010 doing customer service in the billing department of an ambulance company. So now I'm getting both the experience of the education in school plus work on a job. And honestly, y'all, I do believe I did take some time off from school between 07 and 2010. Can't remember how long. It might have been just a semester, but in that time frame is when we found out about my sister's lupus diagnosis, and it had just become too much, so I took some time off. So that's also why there's just this kind of long gap in between. Anywho, 6 months later, or 6 months after I got the job, it was a temporary job. I got let go from said temporary job, and I did file for unemployment. I did try to file for unemployment when I got fired, and y'all know them people said, girl, no, absolutely not. So thank God I got unemployment after getting let go from that job, and I did right away start applying for other jobs, but I never got hired, even after the interviewing process. So I got a temp job working at Macy's, y'all, packing orders. Because at that point I was just like, I just need a job. God, whatever you got, I'll take it. And I'm still living at home, so I get back into school, and that's what it is. God was like, girl, if you don't get your tail back into school. So I get back into school and lock in, and finally I get certified on my birthday of all days, y'all, in 2012. And I had to do an externship as part of, the certification program. And y'all, I just knew that they were going to hire me based off of just the whole experience. It was a really good experience. Everybody was so welcoming, so nice. They even talked about being like, yeah, we'll definitely hire you on. So I just knew that I was going to get it. I absolutely did not get it. But when I went up to the school to get my official paperwork, there was a list of places hiring that they gave me, and y'all, the very first place that I called or I applied for, I got an interview, and then I got hired. And I think that was all within like a month or so, maybe. I will say, in order to do medical coding, you do have to take a certain test with the state to become licensed and like officially certified, because you know there are fees and then continuing education that needs to be done, you know, with all licenses. Y'all, I did not do well with the coding portion of this program. I don't know what it was, but the coding was not my jam. So the job that I had, my first job was working as a medical billing specialist in physical therapy. And with physical therapy, because what patients are coming in for, it's pretty much the same. The coding rarely changed. So the coding is like the actual procedure, and then the billing, the coding comes with the actual procedure and then the diagnosis code, so what you're going in for. So with, you know, with physical therapy, it's mostly just the one diagnosis because you're being referred from typically your PCP, and you're coming in for one specific thing. So the coding rarely changed. And then with the procedure codes, you know, you have like your first visit and then like your follow-up visits, and then that's it. So from there I was like, oh, okay, so I can just stay in this lane of working at specialist offices where the coding part of it really doesn't matter. Like they're not checking for that. It's really, and I actually really like the process of fighting with the insurance, because they will do whatever they can to get out of either not paying what they owe us, or leaving the patients with this is not supposed to be 50, this should only be 20, or leaving the patients with a crazy bill when they already pay buku money for their insurance premium. So that's the best part of my job. I love, you know, fighting with the insurance, because I know that they are not doing what they're supposed to do. And then however long it takes me after reconsidering, doing appeals and everything, getting either our money or having them reprocess the claim so that the patients don't have a bill, or their bill is just like their copay or like their standard deductible. So yes, that is the story time of how I got into the field. My first three jobs were doing physical therapy billing, and then the job that I had before this one, I got into gastro and urology, and then this job is for long-term care. So every job has been very specific, and the coding, I don't fool with that. And y'all, I thought that back in, what was it, 2020? No, 2022, 2023. I was like, okay, let me see again about this coding, and did the first class, and God was like, girl, I told you no. So yeah, it was a no. Oh, the reason I was looking into it is because I have been thinking about starting my own medical billing business. And then I did some more research and found out that I don't have to be a coder to have my own billing business. I can hire somebody who does coding for a living for contract work. And then going back to getting my certification, I was done with school then. So that was another big decision that I made to keep me out of debt. Now, I did get a small loan, but nothing even close to what I would have needed had I gone to a university. So let me calculate this. $484. I didn't plan on putting anything in date night because it has like 105 in there. But y'all, I'm thinking that I'm going to be taking myself to the movies. I really want to see How to Train Your Dragon. I loved that movie when it first came out, you know, the animated version. Yeah, I have plenty left over, so instead of whiting this out, whatever, I'm just gonna come down here and put in 50 here, because that's what this little section is for here, and then the rest I'm going to put towards my savings challenges. But yeah, I'm going to do a solo day and take myself to see the live action version of How to Train Your Dragon. I did ask my nephew if he wanted to go, and he couldn't tell me no so fast. Yeah, my little feelings was hurt because I just knew he wanted to go. But he said, well, I'll go, but I want to see something else. And there's nothing else in the theaters right now that he wanted to see. And now, so I have given every dollar a job in the budget. I am just going to double check my work here. I need a new pen. I think I wanted to put some money in pets. Man, I probably will do that. I'll just do it for the next paycheck. That's fine. Uh-oh, I got an extra line here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, that was my mistake. I created this on Canva, but I'm thinking about maybe next year paying one of y'all for my budget planner. I like knowing that I can do stuff, but this can be very tedious. Alright, and because every dollar has a job, that is a zero-based budget. And how I get my numbers for my cashless cash stuffing, I use prop money now that I am a 100% credit card user. And that'll be my next video. Thank you. I can't remember your username, but I'll put it here. Thank you so much for the request. I really appreciated it. I hope that this helps you. And if there's any more information that you would like from me, please let me know in the comments, and maybe we can exchange email information. If you need any help with anything, I would love to help you out. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. Please give the video a like. Consider subscribing if you are new, and I will see y'all in the next one. All right, peace.